Hey everyone, and welcome back to Community Builds. I almost said BeamNG Drive. Anyways, I have, or I should say we have, 3 builds for today. One is Camper, and then we have a Jeep Wrangler, and then we have a massive Jeep Rock Crawler. So, let's get into it. First one is over here, and then that's the last one. Just in order that they were posted. So, this is a recreational vehicle made by the one and only Ike, inspired by an early 1980s to late 70s camper vans. Top heavy on purpose to give it that feeling of no control. Accuracy, yeah, these things would be pretty top heavy, especially just being on a truck chassis with a bunch of stuff on it like this. Controls are self-explanatory, glitch welded vanilla, and color edited. Will not work in challenge mode. Backdoor gets stuck, too lazy to fix it. That's fine. I like it when people take the vanilla stuff. Mods and stuff are cool and all, but I like it when people take the base game, just the normal vanilla parts, and then do like glitch welding and the new like piston bump stops and stuff that people are doing. I like seeing the proper limits of the game being pushed rather than mods. The back door is right there. This looks pretty cool. Looks like an older, I don't know, like a Chevy based on the front end. It looks like it has a lot of room in it. Looks really cool. And then with the custom colors on it, it's another thing I like is the custom colors. I wish Beam. I've been playing too much Beam lately. I wish Scrap had a custom color wheel instead of this. Like you could use these and then have it offset to the left or the right, and then have a color palette, like the color wheel, with your own custom palette under it or something. But either way, there is simple off-road coilovers with a little bit of glitch welding just to keep it nice and compact. Engine looks like there might be a little bit of like framework kind of stuff going on, might not be. Carpet on the bottom. Looks like carpet. That's interesting. Probably just because it's the floor. Then we got some more carpet and wood, and then the same suspension in the back. There's the glitch weld tool still on it. And then looks like the logic tucked up back there. And then this is probably like a washroom or something in here. You don't gotta go crazy on detail and stuff to make it look proper and detailed. Just put the detail where it needs to be. That's like old racing games. The bottom of the cars would be like flat and blah, but the top and sides of the cars would look really good. Does it have front doors? It does not. So I will go in through the back. Interesting way of doing the spare tire. I wonder what that is to make it flat, what part you used. And this is what I mean with just like the little details making vanilla look a little bit better. That looks really cool. So, go in the back, little entryway, and then, yes, this is a little bathroom, probably like a wet bath kind of thing. Looks like there's even a vent up in the top. Looks like the tiles and stuff are getting a little old and worn out. Alrighty, and then we've got some nice sunroofs or skylights. Computer. That looks really good, actually. Like, really good. Looks like it's made out of some kind of chest and then something for the screen. I have no idea what parts that is. Maybe they're parts from Survival. One moment. My sinuses and stuff are still all stuffy and blah. That bearing, what does that go to? It's just kind of sitting there. I wonder what controls it. I'm going to sit on here, so there's no switches attached. Where's that duck? There's a duck up there. Alright, so there's the computer. We've got a little like kitchenette kind of thing. That's probably some kind of curtain that can be pulled across, quote unquote. A range for the stove, sink, some cotton. Under the counter storage with little handles even kinda poking out. More cubby space back there. Shelving up top with storage on top of it. Then nice little shelf. And then the other shelf up here that I was kind of looking at with the weird camera angle. And then unfortunately, ladders don't work. I didn't know there was ladders. This is vanilla. How is that working? Either I'm standing on top of something or this ladder actually works. The ladders actually work in this now, but without being modded? Interesting. Either way, we have a nice little bed up here with lights. This looks really cozy. I typically get claustrophobic in these kind of beds, but this looks really nice. It actually looks really cozy. Nice little skylight above it. Only thing I would do so far, just for my personal preference, would be put not a light, but a window, so you can look out the front. But having the flat wall like that looks really good too. I like it. And then underneath we have the cab, which also has quite a bit of detail. Got the radio kind of poking out, a little shift lever, low gauges in there. Got us a light, cab light. And there's the carpet and stuff. With all the glitch welding, I'm not surprised it doesn't have opening doors in the front, but that's fine. And it does look like the ladder works. Interesting. I'm kind of obsessed with that at the moment. Not sure what that would be. It looks kind of like a cactus. Or a fire extinguisher or something. Alright, let's see what the lights do. So one is the normal, like, headlights. I'm going to close the back door. A little hard to get around because it's so tight. Oh, there's a boot. It's a little hard to get around because it's so tight, but it's an RV. They are kind of tight inside. Alright, so looks like the brake lights come on when you sit in the seat. Headlights, and then like a high beam kind of thing probably. And then these are, I don't know what that is. Like a running light or something? Looks like it only does those lights. And then we have signals that flash once. Interesting. I hold it, does it keep flashing? No, it just turns... Oh, it does. Okay, so if you hold it, it keeps flashing, and then when you let go, it turns off. Alright, that's a good way to do it. See the glass on the roof, and the vent for the bathroom. Alrighty, let's take it for a drive. Taillights aren't... Ooh, this is really top-heavy. Taillights aren't turning off, but that's okay. It takes a bit to get lights to fully work in vanilla. Lots of moving parts, so I'm not surprised. Not lots of moving parts, but it can be big and a pain in the butt. And this is really heavy and really top-heavy. I'm thinking more along the lines of an older Toyota now. Because they used to take the little tiny, like, the smaller version of the Toyota Helix and put campers and stuff on them. One of my old neighbors had one, and it looked so cool and so weird. Huge turning circle, because, of course. And it goes at decent speed for how big it is. For what it is, it handles pretty much exactly how I'd expect it to. Big and heavy and kind of lumber along. I like it. This is cool. This would be great for... This would be great for a little like camping trip in survival. Oops. I tried activating the radio. I forgot that E just kicks you out of the seat. Awesome. I like it. This is cool. It's a little hard to drive just because of the way it's built. Even the real ones would have been like this. No sway bar, just leaf springs in the back, and then independent, possibly with a sway bar in the front. And it probably would roll like this if it was real, because it's so top heavy. Big. Heavy. But yeah, this is awesome. Definitely different than the RVs I built. The ones I built are massive, but they're also like full-on mobile bases. It's cool, I like it. It'd be so cool to see this at like a campsite or something. I wish I still had my old saves because I'd... Oh, there's the back door sticking. But I wish I had my old saves because then I could go to one of my campsites and see how it looks at an actual campsite. But unfortunately, I currently do not have my hard drives with those saves on it still. And then a little bit of glitch welding to make the hood look a little more detailed. That's awesome. Mirrors and everything. But I need to move on to the next creation, which is a Jeep Wrangler. Excuse me. I think it's our only modded build of today. When I clicked on the modded community build section of Discord, I saw this and literally went, ooh, Jeep. I love Jeeps. This is made by the real Jesus, as we are told twice. Kind of a combo of different generations, controls, door, and then the signals. My plan, once I finally get a Jeep, I'm hoping to get a Rubicon Unlimited. Either, I'd love to get the one that's just extended, but they're kind of rare. But if I get a 4-door, I plan on putting an early 2000s front end on it, so it looks like more like a 03-ish style. But either way, this looks really good. It looks like a CJ, a late 90s CJ. No. CJ was before the 90s, I think. It looks like a mix. Oh, stuffy sinuses. It looks like a mix between like a CJ and an early TJ. I like how you even sloped the roll bar back. The mods you chose, like especially the wheels, just fit perfectly. The hood has the proper angle on it, a little hump in the middle as it should, the fenders look proper. Take a look underneath. It has fairly simple suspension, just radius arms. That's all you really have space for. Kind of surprised you even put a drive shaft, but with the length of everything, it'll work nice. Yeah, just simple shocks. These ones probably allow it to drop down more. And then we have, is this a 4 or a 6-cylinder? It is a 6-cylinder. I don't know why, but I really like the 6 cylinders that the older Jeeps have. I believe it's a 4-liter. And it has pretty good torque. When it comes to 6 liters, the 2JZ is my absolute favorite, and then my second favorite is the one that comes in the Jeep. But it looks like we even have a brake booster up there, and then there's the intake, have a radiator and an alternator and everything. That's awesome. And gearbox, it looks like there's a transfer case tucked up in there somewhere. Okay. Clear my throat, it's so annoying. Yeah, we've got a little transfer case in there, probably just a simple drop box. And then the exhaust comes all the way back. It's properly modeled, and the chassis even has a little hole in it for it. That's good. That's awesome. And then the same suspension on the back. Simple differentials. Pretty much a full chassis, it looks like, too. All the logic is in the back floor. See how much flex it has. Yeah, those upper springs just let the suspension drop. That is a lot of drop. This is gonna have a lot of flex. The front is definitely heavier than the back, as it should be. So let's go with this. Yeah, interesting. The axles and wheels probably aren't quite heavy enough to fully pull it down, but we'll see when I get over to the rocks. And then we have opening doors. Oops. Doesn't look like the back door opens, but that's okay. You've even got the proper light on top of the wheel for the spare carrier. That's awesome. Got a flat floor in the back that's raised compared to the front floor, as it should be. For how small this is, it's got a lot of detail. Even the interior looks accurate. These older Jeeps are so simple, literally just your typical steering controls, a simple stereo, heater, and a glove box, and that's all you've really got for the dash. Got a parking brake, gear shift, and yeah. And then it's glitch welded, it looks like, just to be a little bit more compact. And we've got the door on one, and then the turn signals on 2 and 3. Can't see where the buttons are for those, probably just tucked away somewhere. And the lights actually work. Brake lights don't turn off in reverse, but that's okay. The handle's pretty good too. I figured it'd be a little bit more top heavy than it is, but it's not. This is actually done really well, and it handles really well. I'm surprised. I wish my Jeeps looked like this good. It handled this well. I also haven't built a Jeep in this in a long time. The wheels they're perfect for this too. For some reason, wheels like this just look amazing on Jeeps. It's almost what you'd expect to see on a Jeep. Suspension just soaks up all the bumps nicely. I don't think it'll make the big jump because it's not quite fast enough, but it was awesome. I like it. But of course, it's a Jeep. I like all Jeeps. Cool. I like it. I'm gonna probably end up saying that a lot. Reverse lights come on as soon as I hit S, so it's probably just simple logic for the lights. Yeah, that's awesome. I love Jeeps. If only the hood opened. Does the hood open? Ooh. Hood might open. I don't see a switch for it anywhere, so it might not. There's a bearing there and a little cutout. It looks like it should open. That's just a little bit of collision issues allowing me to hit the spring. Yeah, it looks like the hood would open, but I can't find a switch for it. So I'm just going to quickly take out that block. Pull off the hood. The hood's even done how it should be, with the sides being lower. Awesome. And then we've got the 6-cylinder. The 6-cylinder in the Jeep is actually pretty weird, at least the one that my dad had. I believe the It'd be hard to simulate in scrap just due to the spacing and size, but I believe some of them have the exhaust and intake manifolds on the same side. And then I believe even though it's a straight 6, some of them have one on one side, like a 3-cylinder manifold on one side and then a 3-cylinder manifold on the other side. They're weird. But this is awesome. Alrighty. It is time to move on to... I just tried moving the hood by walking into it. Time to move on to the next one, which is also a Jeep. Looks like it's quite based off of one of the creations from last week. I can find it quickly. I won't spend too much time looking. I probably still have it somewhere. But either way, this is Jeep Crawler 2.14 by M. Hansen. No description. Check the Steam for it. Steam page yet? No description. Almost rebuilt it again. Alrighty. It looks quite a lot like a Jeep too. You got the base, like the proper body style. Looks like a newer one. It then does a little off for a Jeep, but from the side and the back, it looks like a tube chassis Jeep. And then we have the same suspension as last week's creation, except for it looks like this. Oh, I was gonna say it looks like this is flipped, but it's just built different. The springs go through the arm. I'm stuck. Come on, let me out. There we go. And then looks like this is the main spring. And this one probably lets it drop a little bit more. And then probably piston bump stops. With the same interesting upper. Oh, that's probably ball joints. That's why I couldn't figure it out in the last episode. It probably uses the ball joints. Yep. Okay. The ball joint mod doesn't have an actual texture or anything for it. So it looks kind of weird and looks like it's just kind of stuck there, but that's probably what this uses up there. What it uses here. Yeah. Then we have some extra weight for a realistic weighted axle, tie rod, a simple 3-link in the front. We've got a mock engine and gearbox, it looks like. Really long arm suspension. And then the same in the back. Got a Y-link in the middle, and then the normal lower links with the same spring setup. And then it looks like it has the same dig system as the one from last week. And then we have our exhaust. Looks like the exhaust. That is either exhaust or, yeah, probably just exhaust. Coming along the back, or along the side to the back, and then up out in the middle. That's definitely an interesting way of doing it. It's huge. Simple interior. Got some cup holders, seat, and your switches. Got the back. You can see the chassis and the exhaust coming up. Lots of tube work. I love tube chassis. They look so cool. Alright, so 1. Can't tell what 1 is doing at the moment. 2 is... Oh, 1 and 2 are the rear dig. Okay. If I want to go right, I lock up the right side and it drags a little bit, making it turn a little tighter. And then 3 is the lights. And then we've got a snorkel up on the top, on the front. There we go. Okay, that makes sense now. It is electric. Yeah, there's 2 electric motors up there. So it's not the fastest, but it has lots of torque, as you can tell. And it handles really well as well. Lots of flex. That's surprising for scrap. Wow. This is really good. the way scrap does, like, traction and stuff, and the power to the wheels is a bit of a pain in the butt. You can't really, without doing some, like, glitch welding and stuff, and using the collisions of the springs, it's hard to do lockers and whatnot. So with this having quote-unquote open differentials, it actually does really well. It's very big, but aside from that, it would do competition crawling really well. Don't roll. I probably could have kept it on the front end. This would actually be a lot of fun to just crawl around in. Since it's so big, you could probably get around better than most other crawlers. You can see kind of what I mean about the torque and whatnot going to the wheels, how the rear wheels are barely turning, but the front are turning lots. It's like it's a full-time all-wheel drive with no LSD or anything. Maybe it'll go up over here. I'll try and climb this, and then I'll head back over and end the video. Nice and easy, so the suspension has time to settle. There we go. This is an awesome crawler. Super capable. And it's not unpredictable, like it's doing exactly what I want it to do. And nothing I don't want it to do. Even when it went up onto the front wheels over there, it was easy to catch it, and it was to be expected. Like, even there, it started to roll a little bit to the right, so I just kept going, gave it a little bit of throttle, and it caught it. This is an awesome crawler. I personally would do a little bit of work on the front, just to make it look a bit more Jeep-like. You could use pipes to do the uprights for the grille, and then either a couple more lights to make it like a square, or use the ceiling lights that are a circle. But other than that, this is awesome. Such an awesome crawler. I love rock crawlers. Yeah. That is it for this week. Just the 3 creations. I'm going to tuck this over more. Oops. It's the wrong way. There we go. And then I will replace this for one with the hood on it. Quick. There we go. So yeah. Awesome creations this week as usual. Definitely different uses, like an RV, and then a Jeep that would be good for daily and light off-roading. And then, like, a dedicated rock crawler. That's really cool. I like the variety today. But, as usual, you can build anything you want to submit to community builds, as long as it's appropriate, so nothing dirty or weird. Once you have your creation built, save it on the lift, and upload it to the Steam Workshop with the share button. Once it is on the workshop, if you used any mods, on the right side will be a required items button, I believe it is. List whatever mods it needs, and then when I go to subscribe, it'll tell me what mods it needs, and just list them so I can quickly go and subscribe to them if I don't have them. And then once you're done with all that, make sure that it can be visible with at least the link. It doesn't have to be completely public, but I'm not exactly sure, or I can't completely remember how Steam stuff works because I haven't uploaded something in a while, but either way, make sure it's at least visible with the link. And then go to my Discord. There will be a scrap mechanics spot with a modded community builds and a vanilla community builds section, and just post it in the right spot. If you want to give a little description or something with it, go ahead. And yeah, I typically check out stuff on Fridays and release the video on Saturdays, but I forgot this week, and I was busy yesterday, so either way, As always, awesome creations. And as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.